There you go! 3 months of snack girl meme faces, KyoAni boob bounces, anti-SAOs, Dean and A1 Pictures saving anime, elitist bashing on Erased, Western anime companies as producers, fully CG anime, cat girls, Sega product placements, and gay wizards that I didn't watch have come and gone. What I did watch, that's what you're here to listen to. So, brush all that now dead hype under the rug. Here are my thoughts on some Winter 2016 anime. Spoiler warning! Princip Stride is a good example on why a sports anime shouldn't be just 12 episodes long. Bishy athletes? All-star Seiyu cast? Based off an Otome game? Oh, you know what that means. Yup, it's a merchandising show. They even went so far as to have idols in a show about running. The early episodes, which I actually showcased blind to my school's anime club, did give me 20 minutes of mild fangirl material, but as the show went on, and probably because I started watching episodes twice, the runner's high wore off quickly. Characters were completely one-dimensional, with too heavy a reliance on established archetypes, the designs unoriginal, and the dialogue beyond bland. Ayumu, overreactive commentary is not comedy. Things were only funny in the spurts of ridiculous antics, something anime will never stop relying on. All the vapid character interactions and melodrama took a toll on me, and its only saving graces were the high-tech original sport and the heroine not being the main focus of the plot, despite being based off an Otome game. It was an exercise in patience at times because my gosh does this thing like to meander with pre-race tension. What's even worse is that sometimes chunks of the race were cut out, sometimes for flashbacks we were already seen 5 times, making the ratio of slightly awkward running animation to internal monologues even worse. Atsuko Ishizuka's lurid coloring aside, I was disappointed by how janky and lifeless some of the parkour animation was. Kind of a sin, considering Stride is supposed to be a big, flashy sport. As another show I'll be talking about later demonstrates very well, good sports anime needs to be a slow burn, full of believable, fleshed-out characters and natural progression, instead of cardboard archetypes squeezed into only 12 episodes. I don't have a problem with simplistic themes, heck, the sports anime genre is filled with them, but Princip Stride just made the almighty Nakama power speeches so much cheaper by just talking about connecting feelings and resolving conflicts far too easily, shown by how Riku gets in and out of a depression in just 1 episode. The same cheesy English track plays in the uplifting parts of the race, quickly turning it into something kind of awkward by the final episode. What dragged down the last lap, and thus the entire anime, were the familial tensions that came out of nowhere and left just as easily. And while it is justifiable, it's far from original. In the end, the few things that made Princip Stride stand out in the beginning gave way to tired anime tropes, crossing the finish line with a painfully average final impression on me. And I do wish I picked a different anime to watch for club. It's rare that I watch a straight-up comedy anime. It's even more rare that I like it. And it's once in a blue moon that I'm surprised by its substance. Even if there is an abundance of masturbation jokes, who can be the biggest dick contest, gross faces, fourth wall destruction, and enough to last a lifetime. Osomatsu-san combined adult humor, fujoshi appeal, nostalgia bait, pop culture references, ridiculous comedy sketches, and surprisingly thoughtful ones, all into a zany mess so outrageous, Japan had to remove some of the episodes from the physical releases. And somehow, this reboot of a 1960s anime became so successful, there's now a doujin event specifically dedicated to Best Boy. Even if the brothers and their neighbors are jerks, or even temporarily killing each other, the show never treats any of the characters like throwaways or one-trick ponies. And amidst all the brilliant subversions, there was still time here and there to tell more serious, emotional stories, or even throw in subtle social commentary. Its inconsistency made this anime consistently enjoyable. I never knew what to expect with each episode, and was pleasantly surprised on several occasions. I've heard people say they love the show's lack of continuity, but I'd say the opposite is true. It throws in cameos and callbacks to previous episodes, stayed on top of the new nicknames given to the brothers, and the state of the show during its 25-week runtime. Osomatsu-san had witty writing, lightning-fast comedy, unorthodox directing style, and most importantly, heart. And a prospect of a season 2? I can assure you it's worth checking out, but you can't have Choromatsu. He's mine. Oh, I am so glad I waited to watch this. The training half of the season had me smiling ear to ear from just how adorable and heartwarming each episode was, while the tournament half made me marathon 12 episodes in 3 days. Quite a feat for me. What made the season even better than the first was how well it introduced new characters, gave the spotlight to many others on the Karasuno team, and let these character developments and interactions naturally meld together into a wholly enjoyable experience. Building up on the foundation Season 1 laid with its introductions and time spent with these characters, it gave an enormous amount of potential for new dynamics. And it used this opportunity to the fullest. Daiichi, for the first time, really felt like a team leader. Yamaguchi proved that an underdog can be a hero, and Ishida finally got to play in a match. Suga's analytical style got an even better spotlight than Season 1, every girl became best girl, and Oikawa made his way onto the short list of characters I will personally send to hell. I was surprised by how much I liked the stars from the other teams at the training camp, something that helped nudge a few ships out of the harbor. But now, sadly, it's time for a few criticisms. There were still plenty of the facepalmy sports anime moments, especially the gag of Hinata running into opponents in the bathroom, and that got annoying. Ushiwaka still feels like a one-dimensional stock final boss character at this point, which is kind of disappointing because I expected a much bigger, tense build-up to this point. What I mean is that I don't see beating Shiro Torizawa in the tournament as having any weight, besides the whole going to nationals thing. So I hope the next season explores him, his motivations, and some leadership qualities on the court. I did notice that the directing style used allowed for quite a few recycled clips during the matches, something I probably didn't notice watching Season 1. I'll forgive it. But let's get rid of this negativity. Go listen to the OST if you want to be smiling for the rest of the day. It's now because of this season that I'm probably gonna expect sports anime second seasons to be much better than the first. I hope I don't need those words. All in all, the down-to-earth, charming, sweet, optimistic, and feel-good vibes of Haikyuu were so incredibly addictive, it sometimes took me 45 minutes to watch an episode because I kept rewinding the same bits over and over. I'm very excited for Season 3 this fall, and now, we don't have to wait a whole year for more Haikyuu! And finally, I'll end with 2 short series, both of which I dropped. Let's start with Sekko Boys. There's a very clear trend of female otaku-oriented, man-service-laden, A-list seiyuu bedazzled anime in the past few years, a wave that started after Free aired. Now you'd think I'd be more than happy with this trend, but here's the catch. I don't see a lot of these anime as anything more than a shoddily written gimmick designed to sell as much character-themed merchandise as possible. I should have known Sekko Boys would be one of these anime. The novelty of statues aspiring to be an idol group wore off within the first 2 episodes, and I quickly grew annoyed with the show beyond that. I found a lot of the situational comedy to be very awkward and more cringe-inducing than chuckle-worthy. Story time, I actually tried to watch episode 6 in study hall because I had nothing else to do, and what was on screen was made even more awkward when I received weird glances from the girl sitting next to me, and I never finished the episode. I know, smart move. In short, I found the gimmick to be short-lived, none of the characters endearing in any way, and the comedy irritating. I'm gonna keep this part short, for everyone's sake. I did not think Nijiiro Days was funny. I didn't think it was cute either. The chemistry felt all wrong, and the only character I remotely liked was voiced by Yoshitsugu Matsuoka, and... So I dropped this anime after 3 episodes, because the show couldn't even hold me for 13 minutes at a time. Those are all my thoughts on the winter 2016 anime I watched. What did you think of these shows? Anything you'd recommend? Please leave a comment below, I love reading them and I'm open to any feedback. Sorry about the iffy audio and sparse editing, this video was already late and I've got AP tests coming up soon. I don't see myself doing these kinds of videos frequently, but let me know if you like this sort of thing. I may do it again once I have time for seasonal anime. I've got lots and lots of videos planned for the next few months. Maybe I could actually finish one on time. Social media links are down below. Thanks for watching, and here's to the rest of the year full of great anime. Cheers!
How did I do? There is now a level 0.